All right. So we're going to start on the floor, on our back. And since we're just starting out, if it's more comfortable to bend your knees and have your feet on the mat, you can do that. And the first thing we want to start with is some pelvic tilts. So push in with the feet, and then you're going to flatten that lumbar spine, so the low to mid back. And then release and let that curve come up. So we're tilting the pelvis the other way. So the tailbone comes down and then back up. The tailbone comes rounding up. So just back and forth. I can feel it in a little asymmetrical right now. It's tighter on one side than the other. So you might notice something going on for you. If you don't, that's fine too. All right. Go ahead and release that movement. And then we're going to move the arms. So if it's comfortable to extend the legs, you're welcome to do that. If you need to keep them bent, that's fine too. So we're going to bring the arms down by our sides. And we're going to start the breath before we start the movement. So we'll start with an inhale. And as you're ready, then we're going to bring the arms up overhead. And maybe they don't get all the way to the floor above you. Just stop where you find that tension and then exhale, bring them back. So each time that you're bringing the arms up and overhead, maybe they go a little further. So we're working on warming up those shoulders. And again, try and start the breath before you start the movement. Same with the exhale. Start the exhale first. And then bring the arms back down. Once that feels like you're all the way as far as you're going to go, just keep it nice and gentle. Keep the breath smooth. And we're going to do 2 more. And then pause for a moment, and then we're going to all do it again. Inhale, arms up overhead. Keep the arms there. And we're going to do that good morning stretch. So we're extending the fingers away from the torso, heels extending away from the torso. Feel that length in the spine, so we're making space in between the vertebrae. Take another full breath here. Feel that elongation in the body. And then on your next exhale, we'll bring the arms back down by your sides. All right, we're going to bend the knees again. And we're going to do little windshield wipers here, kind of open up that lower pelvis sacrum area. So knees come over to the side, and we're just going a couple of inches. We're not going all the way to the floor. You can actually even do one leg at a time if that is a sore area for you. So we're not putting too much force on either side. And then we're going to finish that off evenly. So if you started one side, do both sides. And then we're going to bring both knees into the chest. This is our exhale, knees come in. Inhale, knees go out. And maybe 1 or 2 more. And then let's bring the feet back down to the floor. I'm going to do another movement to get into those shoulders a little bit more, because that's what we're kind of looking at today, shoulders, upper back. So we're going to bring the arms down by our sides with the palms facing the ceiling. And we're going to do snow angels here. So we're going to inhale, bring the arms sliding them up along the floor towards the top of the head. And depending on your shoulders, you may or may not get all the way up there, and that's okay. Exhale, bring them back down by your side. Inhale. And exhale. And let's do that one more time. Beautiful. All right, let's bring the arms out to a T. So just below where the shoulders are, and we're going to do a little twist here. So bringing the knees and the feet together, got a couple of options. So you can just do it from the feet on the floor and do that windshield wiper again, and then turn and look towards that opposite hand. Or if you want to add a little core work to this, we're going to lift the feet up off the ground and then bring the knees towards one side. And then back to center. Other side, you can move the head opposite or the same, or keep it where it is, depending on how your neck feels. And let's do one more time each side. Beautiful. And we're going to do one more little core exercise. So we're going to flatten the back into the floor. So if your feet are on the mat, we're going to lift one up at a time and bring it back down. If you can have both feet up, we're going to start there. So we're going to do, you can either do 1 foot at a time or both feet at the same time. So we're going to start with that 90 degrees, the knee is bent, and then we're just going to bring the heels down towards the floor and then bring them back up. Inhale, heels towards the floor. Exhale, bring them back up. And it's important to keep that back secure into the floor. And let's do one more, or even out if you're doing 1 foot at a time. And then we're going to bring the knees back in, one more round of Apanasana. Exhale, knees in, inhale, knees out. Excellent. And then we'll bring the feet down to the mat. And we're going to come up. So a couple of options. You can roll over to your side and then push up, or cross your ankles and roll up. All right, so we are sitting up. Oh, some more people came in the back. All right, awesome. So let's do a little more movement of the spine here. If you want to sit up on something, you can sit up on a block. Or if you have a blanket or a towel, you can sit up like that. And we're going to start with a little cat and cow. So we did a little bit of movement while we were on our back. So we're going to do a little bit more back and forth. All right. If it's comfortable to sit cross-legged, we're going to bring our hands in front of the knees. If it's not, you're going to bring your hands under your thighs. All right, so let's start with that exhale into our cat. We're going to drop the chin, curl the spine towards that back wall, tucking the pelvis under. And then to reverse it, we're going to inhale, rounding up, looking up, so we're reversing that curve. Exhale back. Inhale, looking up. Exhale back. Excellent. All right, one more in each direction. And then come back to neutral. All right, let's do our lateral next. We're gonna take one hand on the floor. Inhale, bring this other arm up, just as far as it's comfortable. Exhale, bring it back. Other side. As we keep going, you might find that you're going a little bit further. Using the hand that's on the floor, push in, keep that other knee from popping up. Opposite knee. All right, we're gonna do one more, and we're gonna pause and take 2 breaths. So we're gonna inhale, bring this first arm up, and take 2 full breaths here. So feel that breath going into the rib cage, feel the space between the ribs expand. So your intercostal muscles, they help you breathe. And then bring that arm back on your next exhale. Inhale the second arm up, 2 full breaths here. And then on your next exhale, bring it back. All right, before we do our twist, we're gonna do a different technique for a breath. So it's allergy season, and those white dogwoods absolutely kill me. They look like it's snowing. Anyway, so to expel more breath out of the body, we're gonna take 2 inhales and then exhale. So it looks like this. So we're gonna inhale again, and then exhale. So if you actually want to put your hand on the lungs and on the belly, I'd be able to feel that. So inhale again, and then exhale. On the exhale, we're pulling the belly button in and then up. So we're getting that diaphragm to kind of help us push all that excess out. All right, let's do it a couple more times. Inhale, and exhale. And again, inhale, exhale. And one more time. Inhale, and exhale. So we typically just breathe in the upper portion of our lungs. We're not getting down into that lower level. So that can help us to jack that up a little bit. All right, twist. So inhale, lift. Exhale to the first side. Inhale, center. Exhale, second side. So as we're doing this, we want to keep the upper half in the twist and not go so deep in the lower half of the spine. All right, one more time each side, or finish off evenly. All right, back to center. And let's grab our straps. We're going to do some forward folding here. So there's a tendency when we fold forward that we're trying to get our head close to our legs, and that's not our intention here. What we're trying to do is lengthen the back of the thighs, but we want to keep that spine lengthened. So if we're doing this, we're collapsing the front of it. So what we want to do is hinge at the hips and keep the curves of the spine and keep it up. So I can get all the way down here if I round over, but that's not helping the hamstrings. So let's do one leg at a time. So we're gonna keep the right leg out, and we're gonna bend this left foot into that right thigh. And we're going to take the strap around the ball of the foot. We're actually going to push the foot into the strap. So that's going to activate the muscles of the leg. So I want to keep the heel on the floor. If that heel is up off the floor, I'm hyperextending that knee. So I want to keep that heel down and soften the knee. The next thing we don't want to do is grip. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing here. My shoulders are up by my ears. So we've got that a little bit looser in. This is just to send us in the right direction. We're not trying to jam anything up. All right, so we're going to inhale, lengthen the spine, hinge at the hip socket, and then make our way somewhere down. If that's uncomfortable on that left side, you can extend that foot away from the body a little bit further up towards the other foot. Might be more comfortable in that hip socket. All right, take another breath here. And then exhale a little deeper, and maybe you're gonna get a little deeper into that fold. Or you may not, that's okay. All right, to come out, we're gonna inhale, lift, and then slowly release on the strap. We can switch feet. Again, pushing that foot into the strap. And bend that other knee. And then pulling those shoulder blades together on the back body. So we're opening up the front of the rib cage. All right, inhale, lift. And then we're gonna exhale, hinge at that hip joint. Soft knee. One side might be super easy. The other side might be super tight. That is totally normal. We do a lot of asymmetrical stuff in our lives. Let's take another inhale, lift up just a little bit, and then exhale, see if you can fold a little deeper. And then to come out, we're gonna inhale, push that leg into the earth, and slowly release. Awesome, all right, put that over to the side. And then we are going to come up onto hands and knees. So if you need a blanket under your knees, go ahead and grab that. All right, before we do anything else, we're gonna open the feet up a little bit. So tucking the toes under and stretching the sole of the foot. If you have the capacity, if you want to kind of send the hips back and really get in there, just don't give yourself a foot cramp if you're prone to that. All right, come out, and then this is always fun. You can pound your feet into the mat, kind of wake them up. Nice. All right. So let's do a couple cat and cow here, and this is flagpole versus clothesline. So this is the clothesline with our spine. So we have more space vertically than when they're stacked when we're seated, kind of like a flagpole. So this is the clothesline. All right, let's start with an exhale here. We're gonna exhale cat, inhale cow. So when we're in our cow, we wanna keep that belly active and not just dumping into the floor. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale. Excellent. And then back to neutral. So let's do a little spinal balance here. We're going to start by extending that left leg back, extend back through the heel, and then we're going to bring that right arm forward. Take a couple breaths here, engage the belly again, core strength. Excellent. And then release. Let's do the other side. Extend that right leg back, left arm comes forward. Feel that heel extending away from the torso, fingers forward. Couple of breaths here. Excellent. And then release. All right, since we're kind of working on the shoulders and upper back today, we're going to do thread the needle. I think we've done this in a while. So this is a twist and an opening at this, going back and forth. So left hand stays where it is. We're going to inhale and bring the right arm up towards the ceiling. And then on the exhale, right hand comes under that left arm, and we're going to come down to the right shoulder, right side of the head. And then we're going to push the left hand in. Inhale as we bring that right arm back up. Exhale, thread the needle. And we're going to do it one more time. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, all the way back. You can pause here for a moment. And then we're going to come out of it by bringing the right arm all the way up and then set it down on the floor. Beautiful. Other side. Inhale, left arm comes up. Exhale, left arm under the right. Come down to the left shoulder, left side of the head. Push in with that right hand. Inhale, left arm comes all the way up. Exhale, thread the needle. And one more glorious time. Inhale. And exhale. You can pause here for a moment. And then when you're ready, push in with that right hand. Finish it off, bring that arm all the way up. Exhale, onto the floor. All right. Let's do our gate pose, and then we will do a low lunge, I think. All right, so gate pose. Right foot comes out to the side. Left hand is going to stay where it is. We're going to inhale, bring this right arm up towards the ceiling. Exhale, bring it back down. And again, inhale, right arm up. Exhale, down. And one more time. Inhale. And exhale. Sweet. All right, tuck that right knee under. You're going to send this left foot out to the side. Right hand stays where it is. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale down. And again, inhale, bring that left arm up. Exhale down. And one more time. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Tuck that left knee under. And if you want, grab your block, bring it in front. We're going to do, so that was our low gate pose. We're going to do our high gate pose. And I use the block to switch knees. So if you don't need it, that's totally fine. So we're going to start with the left leg out. Hand can be on that left hip or down that left leg. Right hand, we're going to inhale, bring it up to the top. On the exhale, we're going to bring the right hand towards that left foot. So we're opening up that right side body. Inhale, back up. Exhale, over. Inhale, back up. And one more time. Exhale. Inhale, vertical, and then exhale, release. So you can use the block to switch knees. Right foot comes out. Right hand on that hip or down that leg. You're gonna inhale the left arm up, and then exhale left hand towards that right foot. Inhale vertical, exhale over, inhale up, and one more time, exhale over, and inhale up, exhale, release. All right, so we're gonna come back to our hands and knees and grab our blocks. Since we have them, we're gonna do a little low lunge. And we'll work up to crescent lunge if that's workable for today. Okay, so we're gonna start with the right foot in front. So 2 ways to get there. You can bring it out and around or straight up the middle. Either way, once you get that foot up there, we're gonna have blocks on either side of it. And then the first thing we wanna do is open up that hip flexor on that left side. So we're going to bring the pelvis down towards the floor. So it looks like that. Nice. All right. Next, you can stay right here or bring the hands up onto that knee. And again, you can stay right here. Or next level is arms up towards the ceiling. Last level is we bring that pelvis back down and bring the hands back a little bit. So that's our crescent lunge. And then coming out, bring the hands to the knee. Come down to the block, and then we're gonna switch legs. So that right knee goes back. Left foot, you can bring it out and around or straight through. And then let's do the same stuff on this side. We'll start with the pelvis coming down towards the floor. Nice, and then back to neutral. Let's bring the hands up to the knee if you want, or keep them down on the floor, that's fine. And then when you're ready, you can stay here or hands up towards the ceiling. And then the last option is pelvis comes down and hands go back. So if you're looking from the side, you're kind of making a crescent. That's where I get the name. All right, hands come back down to the knee. Hands to the block. We're going to bring that knee back. And then we're going to move the blocks out of the way. And we're going to come into a downward facing dog. So if you're, we're going to be here for just a little bit. If you're stuffy, come up to standing instead because it's only going to drip more. Or if it's too much on your wrist, come up to a forward fold. All right, so we're going to walk the hands up just a little bit. We're going to curl the toes under. On an inhale, we're going to lift the hips up towards the ceiling. So we're talking about the shoulders today. So the first thing we want to do is go to the outer extremes, the hands. And we want to kind of make like a suction cup. We're pushing the thumb and the index finger in. And then we're going to draw the shoulder blades together and then towards the hips. So we have a bit of a spiral there. All right, if you want, you can walk your dog. Bend one knee, extend the opposite heel towards the floor. And I did say towards. You may not reach now or tomorrow. All right, and then we're going to straighten the legs a little bit. We're going to lift the knees up towards the hips. And we're looking at the feet. Crown of the head points towards the floor. If you need to come out at any time, you can do that. One more thing here we're going to do before we come out. Push the hands in. Feel the whole spine lengthen. And then when you're ready to come out, you can look up at the hands and walk the feet forward. Or look back at the feet, bend the knees, and walk the hands back. Take a breath or so in the forward fold before you come up. Bend the knees. Arms out to the side, push in with the feet. Inhale. Bring the hands all the way up. Exhale. Hands to heart. All right, I didn't lose anybody. Good. Let's keep going. All right, so When we're looking at the shoulders, we want to look at our posture. We want to go up and we want to go down. So neck is important. Sometimes if our neck or jaw is tight, it comes down into the shoulders and affects that. Or if we have stiff back or even stiff hips, that can go all the way up to the shoulders and affect range of motion, pain, all that business. So let's start with our posture. So we're going to start in our mountain pose. You can start with the big toes touching, heels fist width apart. That's an option, but that may feel wobbly, so step the feet apart. Or if that's not enough, a little bit further. Whoever feels comfortable that you're there. And then we do all kinds of fun stuff with the feet. We're just going to ground them today. So I want to work on the shoulder blades here. So next point of reference is the hip point. So the front right here, we're going to draw that together, kind of like we're tying shoes, like pulling them together. That's going to hold the lower abdomen in, and it's going to help with this pelvic tilt. So if we're tilting too far forward, we're going to be off balance. If we're too far forward that way, we're off balance. So we want neutral and contained. Shoulder blades. So we have the bottom points towards each other, like I got a clothespin holding them together. And then the top of the shoulder blades softening away from each other. So that makes kind of like a heart shape, called the back part. Not too yoga woo-woo, right? Right. And then on the front of the body, it's going to affect the back the same way, pulling the collarbones away from each other. So that's going to open this up right here and get more mobility in the rib cage for the breath. So we don't want to be looking up or down. Nice and even, just like maybe a millimeter below straight. Like that. And then we're going to hook behind the ears, back and up, and that is going to give us that length and make us taller. So feel the sensation of the crown of the head floating towards the sky. Feel the feet grounding into the earth. I like to, here, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna make a fist and stick the thumb out forward, same direction as the toes. And then we're gonna turn 90 degrees with the thumb so that we're going out to the side. Do that a couple times. See if you can feel that rotation up in the shoulders when you do that with the thumb. All right, take 2 more breaths here. Beautiful. All right. Let's grab our strap and see if we can get a little open in the shoulders. So if you have rotator cuff injury or you've had shoulder surgery, it's hard to say, just be gentle with yourself and don't overdo anything here. All right. And what we're going to do is, so we did the palm tree pose on the floor where we brought it up and then each time brought it up a little bit further. Well, I did. I don't know if you guys were doing that, but that was the idea, right? So we're going to do that same thing here now that I can see you. So strap in the hands and as wide as your arms are comfortable being. So if it's a little in, that's totally fine. And what we're going to do is we're going to inhale, just bring this up. And it doesn't have to go past your head. Exhale, bring it back down. And if this is as far as you're going today, that's totally fine. We're gonna respect our shoulders. We don't always do that, right? If you feel like you want to go a little further, you can maybe just behind the head. And once you get to that spot where you're feeling tension, like your body's saying, I don't really want to do this, just pause it right there and breathe into it. And it might loosen it up some. So if you want to keep going after that, you're welcome to do that. Maybe you go all the way around and just take it nice and slow. Just feel that sensation. You can push into the strap, and that will take some of the tension out of the joint and put it in the muscles. So what we tend to do is make the joint do the work when it's the muscles that need to do the work. All right, one or two more, wherever it feels right. If it's just there, that's fine. And then I think that's it for time being. So just put it off to the side. We'll do the legs in a little bit. So let's do a different movement with our warrior one. So let's start with the knee. So we're going to turn one foot out, step the other foot forward. Our inhale is that straight leg, exhale bend. You have your hands on your hips or just at your side. We're aiming for that second or third toe. Excellent. All right, let's switch legs. Step that foot back, turn that out, step the other foot forward. Inhale, straight leg, exhale, bend. So last week we talked about engaging the muscles, so building tension on purpose and then relaxing them. So we're going to do that with this arm movement with the warrior one that we're going to do in a minute here. Excellent. And push off, step back. All right, let's go back to the first side, and we're going to add the arms. So you're going to bring the arms out in front. The leg is straight. On the inhale, we're going to open the arms up and bend that front knee. When they get to their maximum, we're going to pull them and make tension in that upper back, and then exhale and release it. Inhale. Activate, exhale, release. All right, we got to do the other side. So drop that side, wear yourselves out. All right. Arms out in front. Here we go. Inhale, open. Now activate that upper in between the shoulder blades. Exhale, relax and bring it back. Inhale, open. Activate. Exhale, back. And we'll do one final one. Inhale. And exhale. Drop the arms, step the feet together. And let's shake out arms. I don't know if you can shake the torso. I mean, you can. I don't know if you would do it, actually. Shake the legs, feet, hands. And that's also something to do, that whole shaking thing, when you get stressed, because it is a great way to release that cortisol, adrenaline in the body and get us back to relaxed. All right. We're doing high lunge. Okay, so grab your blocks again. So we're gonna do warrior 2 with the side angle pose, peaceful warrior, and then down and then back up to high lunge. So when we're doing this, see if you can keep the torso long. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So if we're in side angle pose and you're down here, you're compressing. So I want to keep this shoulder up and back. So now I've got all this space in the torso, in the rib cage. I'll show you on the side. We're like this, our side angle pose. Bring the shoulder back and elongate the spine. So we've got all this space in the rib cage. All right, see if you can do that for all 3 of those poses that we're doing. So we're gonna start with warrior 2. 1 foot between the blocks. If you don't need blocks, that's totally fine. I've got them. So we know what it looks like. All right, hands at the heart, arms open to the side, bend that front knee over that front ankle. You can always adjust the feet if they didn't end where you liked. Extend forward, looking over those front fingers. Take a breath. Very nice. And then let's go forward first. Side angle pose, bend the elbow. See what you can do with this upper shoulder. We want to send it back towards that back wall. You can have the hand on the hip, up towards the ceiling, overhead. And then when you're ready, we're going to inhale, peaceful warrior. Front arm comes up towards the ceiling. Look at the floor, horizon, up at that upper thumb. Check in with that front knee again. Did you lose that? Bend a little bit. That's right. Now we're going to go bring both arms down. Pivot that back foot. And then on your next inhale, high lunge. If it's too wobbly to be up on those back toes, set the heel down. So feel that extension in the torso. Where's the breath? All right, back to warrior 2. Pivot that back foot again. And then side angle pose. Bend that front elbow. Where is that upper shoulder? And then windmill around to peaceful warrior. And back down. Both arms around. Pivot that back foot. Inhale, high lunge. And again, if the feet aren't where you like them, you are totally allowed to move them. All right, back to warrior 2. We're going to do it one more time on this side. Side angle pose. And windmill around, peaceful warrior. Both arms all the way down. Back foot pivots. On your next inhale, high lunge. Excellent. All right, back to warrior 2. Drop the arms, step the feet back together. And shake out the feet if they're a little sore. And then when you're ready, let's do the other side. All right, hands on the heart, arms open to the side, bend that front knee over that front ankle. Extend the fingers. And forward first, bend that elbow. Side angle pose, that upper arm. Find that shoulder come back first, and then if you want to bring that arm up or over, or just keep it on the hip. And then let's windmill around to peaceful warrior. Gaze can be at the floor, horizon, up at that upper thumb. Nice. And then let's bring both arms down. Pivot that back foot. On your next inhale, bring the arms up. And feel that expansion in the rib cage. If that's too much in the shoulders, cactus arm. Sorry, I forgot to say that earlier. And then back to warrior two. And here we go again. Bend that front arm. Side angle pose. On your next inhale, windmill around to peaceful warrior. And then bring both arms down. Pivot that back foot. Inhale, bring it on up. Very nice. And warrior two. All right, you got one more time on this side. Side angle pose. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Exhale, both arms come all the way down. Pivot that back foot. On your next inhale, high lunge. Excellent. Warrior two, to finish it off. Feel that extension, soften the shoulders. And then drop the arms and step the feet back together. Excellent. All right. We have time. Something I'm forgetting. Maybe I'll think of it. We're going to do triangle real quick. And revolve triangle because we have our blocks. So, and you know that's my favorite. All right. So, one foot in front. The front leg stays mostly straight. You can always have a little bend in it, as much or as little as you need. Hand at the heart. Arms open to the side. We're bending at that hip joint. So we're going to extend forward, tic-tac the arms, and then wherever you get on that leg, on the shin, maybe you're on the floor, but are you collapsing? We don't want to collapse. All right, take one more breath here. And then we're going to bring that upper arm down. And then we're going to bring that first arm up the other side. There you go. So your front leg should have the opposite arm. Yeah, you got it. Yep. You're like, what am I doing? Yeah, we're revolved. All right. Not evolved, just revolved. All right, bring that upper arm down. And then we can bring that first arm back up to pull us all the way up. Drop the arms. Step the feet together. All right. Shake anything out. Feet, hands, your head. All right. Let's do the other side. So other foot is in front. Hands together at the heart. Arms open out. And extend forward with that front arm. Hinge at the hip joint, arm down, arm up. You can come to your shin, your block, the floor, as long as you're not collapsing your rib cage. Take one full breath here. And then we're gonna bring that upper arm down. And that first arm comes up. So we're revolving our triangle. Take one breath here. And then bring that upper arm down. And that first arm comes back up. Grab that invisible rope, pulling back up. Drop the arms. Step the feet back together. And shake it out. Yeah, that's my fave. Okay. Let's do. Oh, I know what it's gonna do. So we're gonna do a breath of joy. That was like a little dubious, like, So we did that inhale, inhale, and then exhale. This is inhale, 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 huge exhale, okay? And we're gonna use arm movements, and I'll show you what it looks like first, and we'll just do it 3 times. So it's an inhale, 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 and then exhale. Okay, 3 times. And I can't promise you're going to be full of joy when you're done, but you're going to be like, oh, you'll be joyful that we're done. Okay. All right, here we go. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Huge exhale. Again, inhale, 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 exhale. One more time. Inhale, 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 huge exhale. Beautiful. Coming back up nice and slowly. All right. Was that 3 times?
I got dizzy.
That was 3?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. All right. I guess we're done. I can't count today. You want to do more?
Oh, no.
Okay. All right. Let's come down to a squat if you want to. I did one before we started the camera, and I was like, next week, if I remember, let's do a side lunge. We're not going to do it today. We're just going to do a squat if you want. If you don't, just come and sit on the floor. If you're working on your squat and your heels aren't down and you want to work that way, if you don't, that's fine too. You can bring your heels on a blanket, and then that's going to help you get down lower as you're working on it. If you're fine where you are, you're fine. All right. Falling gracefully onto the floor. It's my favorite way to get down. And, oof, all right. Let's grab our strap and come down onto our back. So we did a bunch of stuff with the shoulders. So just be mindful of that later today. If they're come back to tight, do some shoulder rolls. And then all the things we do with the neck, some of that too would be in order. Because teasing into the tightness is one of the things that we like to do with yoga. All right, so let's do a couple of apanasanas before we do our strap work with our legs. And you can always have your knees out wide, making more space in that lower spine and more space for the belly. So we're not just, All right, and then let's bring both feet down to the mat, knees are bent. We're gonna put that strap around that right foot. Just barely, all right. So we don't wanna undo all that stuff that we've just done for the shoulders by gripping the strap in the hands and the shoulders. So if you can, have your arms on the floor and your elbows bent and holding the strap, that's fine. If they're up off the floor a little bit, that's fine. Just don't grip on it. All right, so let's go. Exhale, leg in towards the torso. Inhale, release. Again, exhale, leg in. Inhale, release. And one more time. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, release. Both straps come into the right hand. Left arm comes out to a T. And we're going to go off to the side. Inhale, that leg goes out. Exhale, bring it back up. Off to the side. And bring it back up. And one more time. Beautiful. All right, so we're going to switch hands. Right arm out to the side. Move that left leg out of the way. And And we're just gonna cross the body with the right leg. And just pause there for a breath or so. And then when you're ready, we're gonna bring that leg back up to the top and switch feet. Bring that left foot into the strap. And then 3 times in towards the torso. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, release it out. Exhale. And inhale. And one more time. Excellent. All right, both straps in the left hand, right arm out into a T. And then let's go out to the side. Bring it back up. And again, out. Inhale, bring it back up. And one more time. Nice. All right, switch hands. Both straps in the right hand, left arm out to the side. Move the right leg out of the way. And we're just going to cross the body with that left leg. And then when you're ready, we're going to bring it back up. Release the strap, move it out of the way. And then let's do a couple of Apanasanas. Exhale, knees in. Inhale, knees out. Excellent. Let's bring feet down to the mat and extend both legs all the way straight out. And then we're going to zip the legs up, toes point up towards the ceiling, and we're going to do our palm tree pose on the floor here. You're going to inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, arms back down by your sides. So if your shoulders are not enjoying this, you can do cactus arms or snow angels. We're just inhaling and exhaling and moving the arms. If you want to pause on the next one when the arms are up overhead and do that good morning stretch again, you can point the toes if you want or extend out through the heels, or maybe go back and forth and feel the muscles on the tops or on the backs of the legs. And then exhale, bring the arms back down by your sides. We're going to release the legs and the feet away from each other. The arms come down by your sides and then out. We're going to tuck the shoulder blades under. And then depending on how that feels in the shoulders, you can have the palms up or the palms down. And then if you have a chair and you want to put your legs up on a chair, you're welcome to do that, or getting any last little wiggles out. And then let's do our final relaxation pose. I'm going to sit up so you can hear me better. But if it's more comfortable on your back to bend your knees, bring your feet into the mat, bring your feet out wide and drop the knees in together. That's going to give you more space in that lower back. So let's do a full body relaxation, walking up the body, relaxing each part as we go. Relax the toes. Relax the tops of the feet, the soles of the feet, and the heels. Release the ankles. Relax the calves and shins. Release the knees and the space behind the knees. Relax the tops of the thighs and the backs of the thighs. Let the pelvis be heavy and sink into the earth. Relax the whole length of the spine from the tailbone all the way up to the base of the skull. Relax the abdomen. Release the rib cage and let go of breath. Let the shoulders relax and sink into the earth. Relax the upper arms, elbows, and lower arms. Release the wrists. Relax the hands, fingers, and palms. Relax the throat and the back of the neck. Release the jaw and relax the tongue. Smooth the forehead and face. Let any last thoughts seep out the top of the crown of the head. Let the earth's gravity hold you. Let the air around you breathe you. Let's take the next few moments and just be. Gently coming back into awareness. Wiggle your toes. Wiggle your fingers. If you'd like, you can roll your head side to side. When you're ready, and with an inhale, rolling over onto your right or left side. When you're ready, and again with an inhale, pushing up to a comfortable seated position. To bring breath back into the body and find us safely on our way, let's do sun breath number 3. So that's the palms together, elbows together. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. 3 times. Ready, here we go. Inhale. And exhale. Again, inhale, open. Exhale, closed. And one more fabulous time. Inhale, open. Exhale, closed. Hands together. Back down to the heart. And namaste.
Namaste.
Thanks, guys. Enjoy the spring weather. 40-degree temperature swings. Got all 3 seasons in one day.